What is EMS? EMS, or electrical muscle stimulation, also known as electromyostimulation, is a product which contracts muscles using electrical impulses that directly stimulate the motor neurons. Many companies have started using EMS for various reasons and products, one of which is Tumo Studios, which has begun using EMS technology as a means of exercise. $100 will get you a 20-minute session of EMS muscle stimulation at Tumo Studios. In the 1700s, Luigi Galvani discovered the first form of EMS in the form of animal electricity. Using animal electricity, Galvani discovered electrical currents could be used to stimulate muscles. EMS was later discovered as a useful tool in the 1960s when Russian scientists started to conduct EMS studies regarding muscular stimulation through the training of elite athletes. Their experiment claimed a 30 to 40% increase in muscular strength in a short period of time while using EMS training. Modern-day EMS technology was created and commercially launched in Germany in 2009. EMS has many uses in the field of sports medicine and kinesiology. EMS can be very useful to injured people. The stimulated electrical impulses used for EMS training have been particularly effective in treating people who have experienced injuries. This is because the electrical impulses retrain the neural pathways that have become damaged or atrophied. In this way, atrophied muscle groups relearn how to function properly. The repetitive contracting and relaxing of the muscle has the effect of increasing circulation or blood flow to the affected tissue area, which aids in repair, improving strength by flexing and working a weakened muscle, and slowing the process of muscle atrophy by strengthening the weakened and unused muscles. EMS also has the added benefit of eliminating metabolic waste that can build up around an injury. This stimulates and activates the muscle, reducing pain and increasing range of motion.
However, EMS is not 100% safe, and there are many potential dangers with EMS training. Experts caution beginners to take it easy with EMS training and to only stimulate what they can tolerate while working out. With the variation of brands distributing EMS systems on today's markets, the frequency and duration of these changes from product to product. Once again, EMS should only be as high as individually tolerated. The study Electromyostimulation to Fight Atrophy and Build Muscle, Facts and Numbers, published by Dr. Volker Adams from the Laboratory of Molecular and Experimental Cardiology in Germany, recommends a minimum of 3 sessions per week with large pulses lasting from 300 to 450 microseconds and a high frequency of 50 to 100 Hz in younger individuals and around 30 Hz in older individuals. Sessions usually last from 30 to 60 minutes and can be done up to 4 times a day, and this cycle should be repeated at least 3 to 6 times a week. 5 to 6 times a week. How do we burn fat or build muscle? The way in which we build muscle is called muscular hypertrophy. After a workout, our bodies repair or replace damaged muscle fibers through a cellular process where it fuses muscle fibers together to form new protein strands or microfibrils. These repaired microfibrils increase in thickness and number. We burn fat by beginning and maintaining a new exercise regime and limiting calories. When we do this, our body does 2 things. First, it uses energy stored in the fat cells to fuel new activity, and secondly, it stops putting away so much for storage. The brain signals fat cells to release the energy packagings, or fatty acid molecules, to the bloodstream. The muscles, lungs, and heart pick up on these fatty acids, break them apart, and use the energy stored in the bonds to execute their activities. The scraps that remain are disregarded as a part of respiration or in urine. This leaves the fat cell empty and renders it useless. Over time, the body directly extracts the energy, example calories, from food to the organs that need them instead of storing it first. These processes mean that if you can sustain a lifting program and eat a caloric deficit, your body will be able to pull from its fat stores to fuel both itself and build muscle mass. Prioritizing foods rich in proteins is a key component to losing body fat and building muscle at the same time. To measure these processes, a body fat scale or skin fold caliper is more useful than tracking body weight alone. Other simple ways to measure body fat loss including measuring inches or centimeters lost from your waist or hips or noting any changes in how your clothes fit around your waist.
Experts agree that EMS can be considered an effective training technology for improving health and performance. Many experts advocate for EMS to be an option for people with low time resources and inability or unwillingness to exercise conventionally. This also includes athletes looking for time-efficient exercise protocols to impact secondary training aims related to strength and power. Experts also agree on the following issues involved with EMS. Based on its artificial application, psychological mechanisms that protect against overloading during conventional training did not come into play during EMS, and many of the benefits of conventional training also will not be seen using only EMS. Also, a technology able to stimulate up to 2600 centimeter squared of muscular area simultaneously entails a high risk of triggering unintended effects. However, the evidence from the experts generally come from a select few studies that have small populations in the fitness and performance domain. The trials included recreational runners, sports students, amateur ice hockey players, and professional soccer players. There are problems with the external validity due to the populations not being easily generalized, and also with the internal validity due to many of the trials not being randomized. The studies, for the most part, have results that make sense and can be achieved through logical thinking, which improves the face validity of the studies.
For our specific case use of whole body EMS, the surrounding literature is scarce, and existing studies lack the amount of scientific evidence necessary to draw solid conclusions about the effectiveness of an EMS training program. This is because many of the studies published have been performed with unhealthy population groups, indicating that these studies lack external validity. What are our recommendations about the product? Our opinion is that the Tumo Studio's EMS training programs can offer value to the sedentary subset of the population that may have difficulty using traditional training methods such as the elderly, ill, or office workers. In order to reach their goals, individuals must be willing to sacrifice time and stick to evidence-based regular training methods while making sure to train with intensity and maintaining proper dieting habits. EMS can be used as a supplement to maximize the effects of traditional training methods. However, caution is advised due to more